Manual for Teachers, Chapter 4, What are the characteristics of God's teachers? The 10th and final characteristic, open-mindedness. The centrality of open-mindedness, perhaps the last of the attributes the teacher of God acquires, is easily understood when its relation to forgiveness is recognized. Open-mindedness comes with lack of judgment. Hence, the relation to forgiveness is recognized. So open-mindedness comes with lack of judgment. Without judgment, you're open-minded to everything, anything, just present. As judgment shuts the mind against God's teacher, so open-mindedness invites him to come in. So the will of the Holy Spirit, we judge nothing. It's all about like the lessons. Even early on in the lessons, it just says, I do not know what this means, or I do not know what this is for. I have given it all the meaning that it has for me. Without any of that, it's open-mindedness. The lessons are crucial. All right. As condemnation judges the Son of God as evil, so open-mindedness permits him to be judged by the voice for God, the Holy Spirit, on his behalf, the Son of God's behalf. As the projection of guilt upon him would send him to hell, so open-mindedness lets Christ's image be projected on him. You see with the Holy Spirit. Only the open-minded can be at peace, for they alone see reason for it. Here it is that for they alone see reason for it. The open-minded, only the open-minded see reason for peace, because there's nothing to be lost. All is already gained, kind of thing. How do the open-minded forgive? They have let go of all things that would prevent forgiveness. They have, in truth, abandoned the world and let it be restored to them in newness and in joy so glorious they never could have conceived of such a change in the first place. Nothing is now as it was formerly. Nothing but sparkles now which seemed so dull and lifeless before. So the sharing of the message, being God's teacher, is what gives us joy. All right. And above all are all things welcoming, for threat has gone. No clouds remain to hide the face of Christ. So no judgment. Those are the clouds. Now is the goal achieved. Forgiveness is the final goal of the curriculum. It paves the way for what goes far beyond all learning. The last step is taken by God, and just what is. The curriculum makes no effort to exceed its legitimate goal. Forgiveness is its single aim, at which all learning ultimately converges. It is indeed enough. You may have noticed that the list of attributes of God's teachers does not include those things which are the Son of God's inheritance. And it gets into that. Terms like love, sinlessness, perfection, knowledge, and eternal truth do not appear in this context. They would be most inappropriate here. What God has given is so far beyond our curriculum that learning but disappears in its presence. That is not to be learned. You already have it. It exists. It just is. Just like we do, just like God is. Okay. All right. Yet while its presence is obscured, that's what we do. We obscure truth. Put clouds in front of it. The focus properly belongs on the curriculum. It is the function of God's teachers to bring true learning to the world. Properly speaking, it is unlearning that they bring, for that is true learning in the world. It is given to the teachers of God to bring the glad tidings of complete forgiveness to the world. Blessed indeed are they, for they are the bringers of salvation. We just recognize perfection in others and therefore see it in ourselves and do that consistently, and all through these attributes of God's teachers that we learn by teaching.